So I'd like you to do something just for a moment. I would like you in your mind to fast forward 40 years in your life. I don't know what age that would make you, but assume you're still alive, assume you're still on Earth. 40 years from now, I want you to picture yourself. Do you picture yourself 40 years from now wearing the same outfit that you are wearing right now? Probably not. And the reason I ask is because I'm sure the same was true for the Israelites when they started their 40-year journey into the desert, through the desert into the Promised Land. In Deuteronomy, as they're just on the doorstep of going into the Promised Land, and Moses is reminding them of many things that's important to keep in mind. One of the things that he reminds them of in the beginning of chapter 8 is that while they were in the desert, their clothes didn't wear out and their feet didn't swell. Their clothes didn't wear out for 40 years. I'm pretty sure I don't still have anything in my wardrobe that was part of my wardrobe 40 years ago. I highly doubt that 40 years from now I'll have anything that I'm wearing today, but whether or not they thought of that at the beginning of the 40 years, like, am I still going to be able to wear the same clothes that I'm wearing, or where am I going to get clothes at the end of the 40 years? Turns out they didn't need to worry about it at all. Their clothes didn't wear out, and their feet didn't swell, which is really two categories of life. Everything they needed physically, they had. They had everything they needed physically in order to keep moving forward. And with the feet not swelling, the pain wasn't too much, that it kept them from moving forward. God gave them everything they needed physically, and God made sure that the pain wasn't too much to stop them from moving forward. I don't know what you're worried about in your future. Like, as you look down the road and you think about, well, how do I know I'm going to have food to eat, money to buy food, a job where I can earn money to get food? How do I know I'm going to have companionship? How do I know I'm going to have enough friends and family to fill me with joy? How do I know? And how do I know this pain that I'm going through right now isn't one day just going to be too much for me? Well, we know by reminding ourselves that our God is the same God that the Israelites had, who took full responsibility for making sure they had everything they needed for their bodies, for their lives, who took full responsibility for making sure that the pain wouldn't be too great, that it would prevent them from moving forward with Him. And how would He do those things? Only God knew. They just saw the end result. And one day you will too. Whatever you're afraid that what might one day be missing, whatever pain is staring you in the face, making you wonder if it's going to be too much for you to keep going. God knows. God knows how to manage all those things, and more important than knowing that He can is knowing that He will. And how do we know that He will? Because of the pain that He was willing to face, in order to give you everything that your whole existence would need to be safe one day in the promised land of heaven with Him. He was willing to endure so much more pain than you and I ever will. And that says something. Because for some of you, the pain is unbearable. And if it is, then just know that you have a friend who knows how you feel, who also happens to be the God who has a long history of never letting his people down. Whatever you're missing, whatever you're feeling, you can rest well tonight, my friends, because your God has a long history of providing.